Hello and welcome to Action Teacher Video. Video is a powerful tool that teachers are using to reflect on their own practice and to communicate new ideas. And in this series, we feature videos produced by teachers themselves and discuss the contents and implications here in the studio. In this programme, we'll be looking at an innovative approach to PSHE in Shelthorpe Community School, captured on camera by AST teacher Lou Harrison, and called Making the Curriculum Irresistible, the Children's Voice. I'm delighted to be joined in the studio by Lou Harrison. Lou, welcome to the programme.
Hello.
Joining Lou are two other teachers with some similar experiences and concerns from Chad Vale Primary School, Bruce Warland and Vicky Crombie. Hello and welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm also delighted to introduce a consultant and frequent contributor to Teachers TV, Adrian Jones.
Hello.
Before we look at your video, Lou, I wonder if you could tell me a bit about the aims of your project.
Well, as a school, we'd reached the point where we felt we were very successful with the learning and teaching going on, but we weren't necessarily so happy with the curriculum we were teaching. We didn't feel that it reflected the creativity we wanted or the focus on the children. And we didn't want to feel that we were imposing somebody else's curriculum on them. We talked about it a lot and felt that now was the time to involve the children in part of our curriculum review, and we had a very solidly established school council, so we decided that we'd like to work with them to review the whole curriculum.
Hello, my name's Torren. I'm 9 years old, and last year we did some children planned their own lesson, and I wanted to do it again because I did it last year and I really liked it. What you could put for the introduction is a plain map. Children put where they think safe water. And
That main
safe.
activity? That
No,
main activity?
no, that main activity is the safe bridge.
Group of children taking some maps of water printed off the computer. And the other group wanted to test water, and then they swap round.
Yeah. Well, we're going to try and make the lesson fun, and we thought that they could first of all go around the school and see where the water is, and if it's like, does it look safe and does it look clean, and then they can have like a chart and then they can mark what they think.
Right.
Or we could change the question to something like, what does water do? How does water react depending on what you do to it?
We decided that we want to do is to look at the curriculum, like you, and pick out what works best for children at Shelthorpe. This is something that is a school development plan. Now, on this page, there is a gap at the bottom for all your ideas as well, because they're the ones that I put together following a discussion that we teachers have had. And it's called To Create an Irresistible Curriculum. Now, irresistible means you can't not get involved. It means you can't stop yourself. Oh, we're doing that, great, I'm doing that, mate, wait for me. That's what irresistible means.
I find it easier to go around and just find out things, write it down, go on the internet and everything.
The head teachers and teachers normally choose the learning, but we could have like a teacher-children meeting.
Yeah, I think that the children should choose sometimes what we learn, but then teachers other times if they think that we need to go over that and we need to do this.
We could have a meeting in the hall with all the teachers, all the children, and teachers ask the children what they think of how they learn, and they could put their hands up and speak out, and then it might change, but it might not, because some people are used to the way everything is, so it might not change, but at least get to say what they think about lessons. Go back to
I like Sun and Moon because I found out that Earth fits into the Sun about 10,000 times.
Interesting.
I don't like it. Luna, we put it over the cup and went ding ding.
Oh yeah, that was well wicked.
Sun and Moon, yeah.
That one.
Because we don't do fun stuff.
Because you don't get to like do experiments like you do in science.
Investigating methods.
I can't even remember. That no, that one.
Children should have a balance between research and teachers telling them what to do. We thought that people like topics more than the subject.
We didn't think that at all.
We put the
Favourite
topics are learning about Australia, learning about old and new toys.
Written in the 1950s to 1980s. We think that people should have more fun in learning. We thought that with trips, and we've got on here we've got completely new work to do instead of doing old work all the time.
I'd like to learn completely new topics.
To investigate similarities and differences. Yeah. Go on. I'm talking about paintings, pictures and photographs. What I thought is, for painting they could do what they are like in the inside, what they feel like in the inside. And for the photographs they can take a picture of people they'd like either in the new class next year or a picture of their friends, put in this little book thing.
If the adults plan the lesson, it's not going to be as good as they expect, and maybe if they plan the lesson, the teachers will see what they like doing.
And sometimes children plan the lessons are better than what the adults plan.
Yeah. To know that they're doing what they want to do and they don't have a distraction. They don't have a reason to be silly.
You can't plan the lesson too many times.
No.
Yeah, you can plan it for you to
But not the teacher has to plan lessons quite a few times. So.
Yeah. Like trying to make it balance. Say if you have like children planning the lessons all the time, that isn't really fair on the teachers.
Because they would have no reason to be there.
Yeah.
Lou, I wonder if you could tell me how making the video actually changed your views of the child's voice.
I'm not sure that it changed my views about what they would want to express, because we knew that they had ideas they wanted to talk about. I think the opportunity to make the video meant that they were really aware of an audience, and a purpose to what they were doing, so that when they were talking they realised it was going to have some kind of impact that was deliberately stated as an intention of what we were doing. So it was nice to see them being able to do it with that goal in mind.
Is it the first time that you've used video to record some kind of teaching and learning experience?
Yes, it is. Yes, we've done research. I've done research with children before about self-evaluation and about their views of the curriculum, but never with the possibility of showing them at the end of it in a way that would make sense to them what they'd produced, and not in a way that had such impact on colleagues either. So it's definitely something I would use again, having done so this time.
Had you got some ideas in relation to the use of video about what would develop, what kind of action could take place as a result of that?
I think I had a bit of crusading zeal actually applied, because having done research before and being really aware of the issue of accessibility of research to teachers, we really wanted as a school to say, look, this is what we really believe in, and show it to people and actually sort of plant our standard very firmly. But I also wanted to do work with the children and show how articulate they could be,
Yes.
and really what they had to say about something that has such a huge impact on them. And that was the importance of the video.
It's called To Create an Irresistible Curriculum. Now, irresistible means you can't not get involved. It means you can't stop yourself. Oh, we're doing that, great, I'm doing that, mate, wait for me. That's what irresistible means.
Bruce and Vicky, I'd like to bring you both in here. How do you make a curriculum irresistible? Is it at all possible?
Well, I certainly think that they've given it a really good go, and involving the children in the way that they have is really, really important. I was struck by watching the video at just how eloquent the children were at actually talking about their curriculum, and how easily they discussed the things that they enjoyed and what they'd like to be sort of inputted into that curriculum.
And what do you feel, Vicky, about it?
I was really interested in the video. I was actually wondering if the children had, did they take part in the delivery of the lessons as well, or are they just involved in the planning stages?
In the past, we've worked on research with the children where they have planned entire lessons and delivered them. It's really in partnership with the teacher. They talked a bit about balance in the video, and that was something that we've tried to strike, so that I, as a teacher, would set objectives and outcomes, and then we'd talk as a team really about what was the best way to get from A to B in that. And certainly, I think their lesson plans were frequently vastly superior to mine.
Lou, they want more fun, they want more topics. Can we give it to them?
Can you give me a reason why we shouldn't? I think it's very important to say, actually, about the whole project that we did, that we weren't saying we don't know how to do our jobs, and we weren't saying we can't do our jobs as well as anybody else. What we were saying was, we've reached a point now where we want to improve, and we view the children as part of a team. So we were going to apply our skills to what they identified. Yes, of course, you can teach around themes. And the very important point I think that the children touch on is that it's very tedious to keep going back to the same thing again and again. So what we want to do now is think about revisiting concepts rather than revisiting context all the time, because that's got to be dull for the teacher and for the children as well.
Does that encourage more commitment from the children?
I think it does. If you show an investment in somebody, then you're bound to get a response that's got more value to it, yes.
So it isn't really a question of saying, the children are going to take over the curriculum and run the school.
Not at all, no.
And their last comment, it wouldn't be fair on the teachers to do that. It is much more about this dialogue.
Absolutely,
and
yes.
about giving children a sense of responsibility and ownership.
Yes, and I think when we're talking about the QCA and the schemes of work, the QCA now are the first to say, yes, do it better, show us how you're going to do it better. And I think we're starting to recognise as a profession that the top-down approach is not necessarily the best one. But maybe sometimes we forget that we need to go right the way down to the user.
How would you use video in this context, though?
It's something I'm still exploring. This is quite a first for me to have tried it and feel that it was so important. But I think it's a very good way of posing questions, because it's something that you can show, and every viewer will have a slightly different perspective on. So at the end of it, you may have 20 viewers with 20 different questions that they've been prompted to investigate for themselves. So that involves teachers in engaging with research and then maybe going on to engage in research.
Absolutely. Well, we could go on all day chatting about this. It's a huge topic. But if you want to view the programme again or find out more information, then please go to our website at teachers.tv. It only remains for me to say thank you to our teacher producer, Lou Harrison, and our guests, Bruce Warland and Vicky Crombie. And thanks also to our consultant, Adrian Jones. Please join us again on Action Teacher Video. And in the meantime, from me, Xanthi Steen, goodbye.